You're welcome back, and we are at the business end of Old Sport this morning. I can see my guys are getting ready to have a go at each other, and so should you, because it's going to be a very, very juicy conversation we're about to have. Now, Pep Guardiola has won with 87 points so far. He has claimed, the English Premier League, and that's the third title for Manchester City in the last 6 years since the turn of the 2010. Of course, 2011, 2012 saw them win it with 89 points under Roberto Mancini, and that's the first time they were winning the title in quite a while. And they were pegged on the same points with Manchester United in that season, but they won the gong via a goal difference. Meanwhile, in 2013 and 2014 season, under Manuel Pellegrini, they won with 86 points, 2 points better than Liverpool. In 2017 and 2018 season, this season, they've won the championship with 87 points, with another 15 points in view, which means that they are looking to be the first team ever in the history of the Premier League to win with over 100 points if they were able to get across that line. So the big question this morning is simple. The tactical genius of Pep Guardiola is responsible for this particular victory, or will it be the money spent? So the guys are ready for the discussion this morning. David Obasoge believes that Pep Guardiola's tactical genius is responsible for the victory. Meanwhile, Henry Okodua believes it's all about the money at this particular time. So let me have your opening thoughts, David.
We all know that every club spends money. I mean, when you're a big club, you have to spend money to stay relevant. The likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona. Barcelona spent over 250 million pounds in the last 2 years, and there's been no talk about money. Real Madrid spent a lot of money. Paris Saint-Germain spent a lot of money. But I want to say that Manchester City have played scintillating football this season. You have to believe me. Yes, forget the fact that they were ousted by Liverpool in the Champions League, but in the Premier League, they've been fantastic, heads and shoulders above the other teams, the other 19 teams in the Premier League. And you have to look at the fact that Pep Guardiola, coming 2 seasons ago, when in his first interview, I can remember vividly, he said, "Give me 2 seasons."
David, I don't want you to go on and on and on and on, because that's your opening thoughts, okay? Right. Because David was already getting very, very, very excited about it.
Henry, so to speak. Yeah. Well, I'll say it's money. The reason being that in the last couple of seasons, we have seen where money has decided who wins the league in England. I take you back a bit to the era of Chelsea. They didn't win the league until 50 years, hiatus, when they never won it, with Mourinho coming in and spending big, getting big players, to come to England, to come to Chelsea. And before he came, everyone knew how Chelsea used to struggle to win matches and all of that. It was the era of Manchester United and Arsenal dominating. And suddenly, Chelsea started dominating, and people saw the difference, when it came to the big spending. And other teams started borrowing a lead from that. And the same level was what Manchester City was, and at best they were known as the noisy neighbors from the blue side of Manchester, while the red side, the Red Devils, under Alex Ferguson, they were doing so well and winning all the titles and claiming all the headlines. And now money came into it in the year 2008, when the Arab Emirates Group pumped money into Manchester City. They started winning titles. So
they didn't start winning titles in 2008.
They didn't start winning titles, but their era of winning titles began from the era of the Arabians.
Title in 2012 when they won the league title.
That is the point.
2008 when they brought the likes of
spending big.
David Silva,
they started spending big. They started spending big, and it started changing their fortunes. And you could see the impact of the millions on even Guardiola's title winning team.
In 2008,
the whole of that defense,
because there was no coach that could
look at the Guardiola defense. Now, if it was down to tactical genius, he would have won the league the first season he came from Bayern Munich.
He told you he's a first-timer in England. He can't just come and... He has to settle.
Did it. Conte did it with Chelsea.
A football philosophy that
Conte came to...
he has to imbibe his philosophy,
for somebody who
on the players.
For somebody who won about 16 trophies with Barcelona, He won trophies in
You have to
Bayern
understand that
the
in
first
Barcelona
season.
he had world-class players. He had Lionel
That is the
Messi.
point.
There was
That is the point.
Xavi
He
at
needs
his
to
prime.
buy expensive players.
Definitely,
to
he
get the
can't
results.
win the league. You
That
can't win
is
the
why
league with
a
average
Southampton
players.
struggling.
Gentlemen,
That's why a
gentlemen.
Newcastle is struggling.
Henry, this is
need
still,
money.
this is still a football show, right? I mean, I have a boxing glove somewhere, so just in case you guys want to exchange pounds, that's for later. But let's stick to this, guys. Do you think? I mean, 478 million pounds.
Yes.
That's what Pep Guardiola has been able to spend in the last 2 years. But David is thinking that regardless of how much you spend, you still have to have a tactical brain, to get through this.
I agree. You have to have a tactical brain. For somebody of Guardiola's caliber, needing, it makes it easier when you have the right players in the right places for your tactical genius.
That makes him a tactical genius manager.
Let me see. You want to picture a Guardiola with West Bromwich Albion that does not have the big funds to buy the kind of players he wants. You saw in defense alone, he spent over £100 million just to get that defense together.
300
actually. Now, how many coaches can afford that kind of money? And now he has gotten another 200 million for a war chest to buy more players.
Chelsea spent a lot
time,
last season. Conte won the league, but where are they this season? Guardiola knows that, and that's why he's requesting for
more money
to
buy
strengthen
more
that
players.
team. Definitely.
See, if it was down
Barcelona
to genius,
with their team can win anything, but they will still go to the market to get players. Barcelona are already talking about Kylian Mbappe and the likes.
No, but not wholesale changes like
It's
he
not
did
going
when he came.
He did.
Barcelona can
The
buy a
fulcrum of that
Coutinho once
team
in a
was still
while.
the team for
They can
Pellegrini.
buy-
De Bruyne, David Silva, Fernandinho, they were Pellegrini players.
but when
He
you
came
look
on
at
and bought
Kyle
Kyle
Walker,
Walker. I can
yes.
tell you in his winning team, only 3 players with the goalkeeper.
Gabriel Jesus,
Kyle Walker, and
suddenly
Ederson. Those are the 3 players.
He keeps buying players so that he will win
You
the
and I
league.
know that
He
Fernandinho
sells
has done
Iheanacho,
fantastically
but
well
in another
in that
club,
position.
Another team with Iheanacho would have just been sufficient.
And
But
Iheanacho in Leicester City, what has he offered? In Leicester City, it's not even a starting lineup.
Let me tell
Damon
you,
Gray,
you
who
don't
is a
take
21-year-old, is doing better than
See, the point
Iheanacho.
here is this, that the money was what made them win these titles. Mourinho
I won't
started
agree.
it.
No, I won't agree.
You have
Manchester
to-
United
see,
have also spent this season and last season.
spent big,
but how many?
But no,
they couldn't win the league.
Let me tell you, it's neither here nor there. The point here to be made is this, that when you buy players, it enhances your chances of winning a title.
Definitely. But with
that is
money
why
on the
big
table
teams-
and
that
with-
is why
with no-
a Neymar can be sold for how much to PSG.
Let me
enhance-
bring you
and
back
you
to
saw- and you
2008
saw- and
when-
saw what PSG is doing.
When
With
Man
at
City
least
started
15
pumping
points,
in money, they brought in. I could remember that season. They brought in Robinho, they brought in David Silva, Fernandinho, even Yaya Toure from Barcelona. But it didn't.
See,
But Robinho had just.
But
He
they
spent just
started
2 seasons
making
in
that
England
impact.
before he had
No,
to
they
go.
started making
They started making
the
impact, but there was no
impact
coach
from that time.
to drill those players and give them that
No,
winning
they started
mentality.
making that
One
impact.
thing that
Do not
Manchester City
forget,
have this season
gentlemen,
is
do
that
not
winning
forget,
mentality.
He had won the title twice before he came on board. That is
Before
Guardiola.
definitely.
Yes. So there was a
Pellegrini.
Mancini, there was a Pellegrini.
But before
they
he came
won
on-
with big players, they bought the
Gentlemen,
players, and they
we
had
are
to come.
done and dusted. This is the part I love to show where I get to influence and impose myself on the show. But you can see what it means really. This particular argument with this gentleman, David Obasogie, of course, believing that Pep Guardiola is just as good as his tactical brain. Meanwhile, everything is because of the Abu Dhabi pump with the monies of the Sheikh Mansour and the likes, behind Manchester City's framework. So what do you think? How about you hit us up on www.hotsporttv.com. So what I think is, regardless of how good a coach is, he needs a financial muscle, to make some things work. And then again, I'd like to also support David by saying that regardless of how much you have, if you do not have the tactical brain, the genius to put things together, you may not definitely win. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City have been absolutely fantastic this season, and so let's see what becomes of them next season. Remember, they are out already of the Champions League. Of course, they won the Carabao Cup, defeating Arsenal. So now they've already got a double already in their bags. Not bad for £478 million. We go for a quick break. When we return, I remember that this year is Hot Sport and the gentlemen are still very much in the studios.
Follow Hot Sport on social media. We are at Hotspot NG on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.